first truck guy that agreed to come to the competition was Rob McGregor, the owner and builder of the No Limit Engineering 55 F100. His truck was absolutely wild. It's set up specifically for autocross racing. He can literally adjust on the fly as soon as he pulls over the suspension camber, toe in, everything's adjustable, including the coilover shocks. His truck was definitely the ringer of it. Purpose built to go out there and have a blast. He's got a 392 cubic inch Ford racing engine. He's got a manual Tremec T5 5-speed and some 18-inch BF Goodrich tires. His truck was very, very impressive, and he darn near won the competition, but unfortunately he was running a pretty stock setup for the disc brakes, even though that truck didn't come with disc brakes, but he went with a 4-wheel disc brakes, but it was still a very conservative setup, and his truck came in second, but he barely missed winning the competition. The second guy to agree to the competition was a gentleman by the name of Mike Hickman. He, in conjunction with Hotchkiss Racing, built a 1968 Chevy C10. It's the orange one featured in the magazine. His truck is pretty freaking awesome. It features a 383 small block, 700 R4 4-speed transmission, and his truck has every single suspension component built by Hotchkiss Performance. That includes new upper and lower control arms in the front. It also has a drop spring out back. It has custom trailing arms and a drop spring in the back, and then super large anti-sway bars front and rear. His truck was running the new Kumo tire in an 18-inch size, and we learned very quickly that Hotchkiss really did their homework, because that truck hooked like crazy, and around the corners it was flat and handled very, very well. If he'd had a little bit more power with a little less weight, he would have definitely been in strong contention, but he came in third place. One of the third truck that came in that ended up being the real highlight of our event was a gentleman by the name of Rob Phillips from Phillips Custom Hot Rods, also known as PCH Rods. Rob showed up with a 1969 Chevy C10. His truck featured a 468 cubic inch big block that was fuel injected with a gear vendor's overdrive setup for a transmission. He also was running the Kumo Performance 180 UTQG rated tire, and he was running a custom suspension that was lowered with a Hotchkiss sway bars as well. His truck really kind of took all of us by storm. It features 19-inch MHT racing wheels, and it also has 15-inch bare big brakes on it. We thought this truck would be fun because it looks nice and it looks cool, but what we weren't expecting was for it to be so freaking fast. This truck did everything well. It stopped on a dime with 90 feet, 660 road braking time. It clicked off the corner in darn near 14 seconds flat, and through the autocross course it was just blazing quick. The only thing that held Rob back was the slalom. Admittedly, he said he had never been in a slalom course before, and it showed he didn't really want to push his truck too bad. And he was actually the slowest through the slalom, so I get to pick on you about that, Rob. But he came out of the race competition with an overall victory. His truck was very well set up. Not only does it go fast and stop on a dime, but it also looks great. His truck's very much comfortable in a show and shine, and he would definitely take home trophies in the C10 class. Truckin Magazine's first ever Throwdown. It's going to be in issue 1. Issue 1 hits newsstands November 16th. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be the first time ever. In 10 to 15 years, when we're still doing this, you're going to want to think back, wow, the very first year they had 6 trucks and they were just out there having a good old time, and look what they started. Don't miss it. Issue 1, November 16th. Truckin Magazine, Throwdown.